This year's been very slow for me. I'm used to hunting public property, and the deer numbers just haven't been there this year compared to years in the past. We've been door knocking lately, looking for some private land to hunt, and we fortunately came across this piece of property this year. Nick called me up the night before and asked me to film for him, and he had just bought the tag the night before, and I told him I'd come film for him. It was a very unique experience to go from not filming your hunts at all to trying to film everything that happens in the woods.
This hunt was about as thrown together as it gets. Bought the tag the night before. It was the first time ever putting a muzzleloader in my hand. And we had moved the tree stand about a week before to the spot we hunted. Put a trail camera up. We knew the deer were moving through there. So we had pretty high hopes. First time getting a big camera in the tree. Hayden was supposed to film for me, but he ended up not being able to make it. So I called up Brock, said he was in. Gave him a quick rundown on how to use the camera. So got up the next morning pretty early, got out there with plenty of time to get to the stand quiet and settle in, and just we made it happen. Brock and I are sitting in the tree, and man, there's gunshots going all over the place, and I'm sitting there thinking, come on, we got the cameras in the tree, we're all set up, got our blaze orange on and everything, and we're just waiting. And there's another hunter that was out there hunting the same piece of property, probably 200 yards or so down the tree line, and he's texting me, and I'm texting him back. He's like, man, I'm seeing all kinds of deer, what are you guys seeing? And we're like, man, we're not seeing anything. He's like, oh, I got these deer walking right under my stand, and it's got 8 does running behind them, kind of just all kinds of stuff. So finally I text him, I'm like, hey, send some of those deer my way. And the next message he sends to me is, there's a buck standing right underneath my tree stand, and he's looking like he's going to head your way. So we're hunting this piece of woods, and it's right up next to a bean field, and sure enough, this buck filters right down the edge of the bean field, and I turn around, I see him, look at Brock, I'm like, hey, there's a deer coming, get ready with the cameras, and sure enough, he trots right down the edge of the woods, about 70 yards past us, and I'm like, gosh, he's not going to stop. I don't have a shot through the brush, and thought he was gone, but for some odd reason, he cuts on this trail and walked right into this one shooting hole I had. He stood in this spot right behind a tree for a couple minutes watching them, and took that one step forward, said, all right, it's go time.
I got him.
Got him? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. about 7:30. Just shot a buck. He came in pretty skittish. Bean field right to our south here. We got a southern wind, so no chance of him winding us. It's just below freezing this morning. And yeah, shot him at about 70 yards, and he ran maybe another 50 and piled up. Watched him pile up. It was a good morning. Sounds like a war zone out here. There's shots left and right going off from other hunters, and yeah, got it done. Well, here he is, guys. Shot him about 70 yards from our tree stand, and he probably ran 100 yards from where we shot him. He found him right where we saw him pile up, and yeah, you can probably see the hole right there from where I shot him. Perfect shot. He's got blood coming out of his mouth, double lung. He's not the biggest buck in the world. Looks like he's broke off one of the sides here. Seen a lot of rut activity out here. There's scrapes and all kinds of stuff, tracks everywhere, so hopefully there's a couple more bucks out here we can get a chance at this season for you. And it's the first deer I've ever harvested with a gun. It's actually the second time I've ever been gun hunting, and it was awesome. Definitely a lot more of a experience than I thought gun hunting would be, and yeah, couldn't be happier. Got to say thanks to Brock for making it out this morning. Got the camera in the tree and did an awesome job, so yeah. Happy morning, and get him field dressed out, drag him out of here, and we'll be back again.
I just got to give a big thanks to Jim Helsell with Helsell's Gun Shop, our first sponsor, for making this hunt possible. It's actually his piece of woods that we hunted for this hunt, and couldn't have done it without him. And you guys really should check out his gun shop. It's pretty cool, little small town gun shop, and it's got good fair prices. So hopefully we can hunt it for years to come.
Day off of school, so I decided to go out, and it was about 20-mile-an-hour wind, and this was the first time hunting that tree stand. And it was so windy I had to use the tree stand as a windbreak. I just happened to spin around, and that buck was standing only 8 yards away. But he was quartering away the whole time, so I waited to get a better shot. And by the time I had a broadside shot, he was about 20 yards away. So as I walked up to this buck, I realized he had a big gash in his shoulder, and I realized that some other hunter had shot him in the shoulder blade, and he must have shot it quartering away, and the broadhead deflected off the shoulder blade and just cut a big wound in him.
This is Prairie State Outdoors' first year filming, and we got a good group of guys on our team this year.
And this is Prairie State Outdoors, not Prairie State Indoors. We pretty much do it all.
Yep, we're a good group of guys, and we're gonna have a whole lot of fun. We're gonna get some awesome footage of bow fishing and hunting, fishing, trapping, just everything. So stay tuned, and we'll get the footage slammed together and just keep up on us, going after sponsors and see where we can take it.